Hey guys, this is Recruiter Preston and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the basics, right? Especially for those checking out recruiting or being a recruiter for the first time. What is recruiting and what is a recruiter and why do you think you should be one, right? I made a video like this before in the past. I thought I'd do another one again just to make it more refreshed, more updated in 2024. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Preston. I've been a technical recruiter for almost a decade. Learned everything at an award-winning staffing company here in the US. Started my own agency or my own career about almost a decade ago, and here we are scaling our agency and making and sharing great content and value to you all. So if you're looking for a rock star for your team, looking for your next dream job, feel free to reach out. Happy to help. So let's talk about what is recruiting and what does a recruiter do. And this is from the context of just generalized direct placements, not going to talk about contracting or RPOs, any other models, right? Just to kind of keep it very, very simple. But the crazy thing is, before I became a recruiter, I had no idea recruiting even existed as a profession, as an industry. And as soon as I entered it, lo and behold, I was extremely surprised that the industry is not just big, but it's massive. I mean, you can Google and check out ChatGPT and different resources, but a lot of different sources are pointing the global recruitment and staffing industry to be about 5 to 600 billion US dollars and growing consistently year after year, every single year. So an industry that big, and the funny enough, kind of behind the scenes with a lot of people. I think if you've never been reached out to a recruiter, you never came across a recruiting job, I wouldn't be surprised if you went through your whole life without even knowing what recruiting was. And that was my life for the longest time. And so it was completely by coincidence I became a recruiter. And to this day, still very proud to be in recruiting. And as a recruiter, I love the industry, changed my life. Excited that you're kind of taking a look at it. So to basically kind of share with you a simplest definition, kind of how I like to word it is a recruiting, especially on the third party external side, okay, is a matchmaker. We're a corporate matchmaker. So instead of matchmaking people to date or marry, we basically are the middleman, the middlewoman, the middle player to connect two parties, people that are looking for jobs and companies that are hiring, right? That's typically what recruitment agencies do on the external third party side. I also want to mention that not to be mistaken for a corporate internal recruiter that works at a company whose sole scope and responsibility is to find people to join that company. So the only other example I want to share is just to elaborate on that a little bit more. You go out there and you find candidates to join Google's team.
Did you just start your own recruitment agency and are struggling getting your own clients? Are you thinking about starting your own agency but afraid to make the jump? Do you have your own clients but you're struggling to find the perfect candidates fast? Do you have a full-time job and want to do recruitment part-time to make more money on the side and have no idea how to? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please consider joining our private community. It is a trust-based community where recruiters around the world can support, collaborate, and work together on placements all around the year consistently. In this community, you will directly have access to the real open jobs of my team and of our members, and you will also have the chance to access trainings, events, giveaways, and much, much more. If you are part of this community, I communicate and work with you as if you were on my own team, and I'll do whatever I can to do a placement together with your client or candidate. So if you're struggling to get your own clients or candidates and you want a way you can make sure you can be busy all year round by having access to many more open roles, then this is something you need to look into. This is open to people around the world and is open for recruiters in every industry and experience levels, as we will always have a good number of variety of open jobs across sectors, markets, and industries. I'm really happy to say that within the first 30 days, we have already have a new member with minimal recruiting experience do his first placement that had a total fee of almost 30,000 US dollars, and we are working hard to do many, many more this year. If you are interested and excited, there are only a limited number of spots open, so make sure you sign up quick at patreon.com/recruiterpreston. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Discord. We can set up a time to chat. See you on the other side.
So if you're a corporate recruiter, let's say that you're a corporate recruiter at Google, you go out there and you find candidates to join Google's team. If you are a solo kind of recruiter, freelance recruiter, you work at an agency, you own your own agency on the external third-party side, we work with a lot of different companies like Google, so you might work with Google, Facebook, Airbnb, Netflix, have a lot of different clients, and you help find people to join their team. But for my channel specifically, and for a lot of you who are more entrepreneurial or who are more sales oriented or who might be looking at more the agency side, whether you want to get a job or start your own career or start your own agency, for me as a whole, to keep it bare bones and simple, recruiting is the middle person that connects job seekers to companies. Simple as that. Now, if you were to kind of ask me, like, why do you think think you should be a recruiter or look into this versus other careers? There's a lot of different reasons, but I think a good handful that come to mind. So I think first and foremost, there's a lot of opportunity for you to have a lot of impact, like legitimately impact. You are talking to people, you're building relationships, you're helping people find jobs, you're literally helping them with their career, or you're helping a founder hire someone on his team. It doesn't get any more real than that. You're talking to human beings and you are making a big impact in their life at that time, right? And if you do it well, then you might have helped your candidate get his or her dream job. You might help the founder hire a rock star that 10 or 20, 50x his revenue and sales, and they'll just love you forever for the rest of your life. And you'll get amazing texts and emails and calls on how like their life changed with our help. And after doing this for years and years and years and years and years on end, it does not get old getting these emails, getting these mails or gifts or phone calls from candidates and clients. It's honestly one of the main reasons why I stay in the job. And even like after all these years, I'm not strictly kind of focused on leadership and management. While I'm doing a lot more of that, I still like to be hands-on and still have my own desk because I just love it. I love the game. I love developing relationships. I love talking to both candidates and clients. So if you're looking for literally a job that has more impact, recruiting is at the top of the list for sure. Or if you have a job right now and you're wondering, why am I doing this? I don't feel like I'm making any impact. Take a look at recruiting, because literally we're talking to people every day and we're changing their lives, as corny and cheesy as that sounds. The second is almost like a subtopic, but not only you'll have impact, but just reverse kind of introspection or reflection towards yourself. It can be extremely fulfilling, right? Just to kind of hear great words, validations that you're doing a great job, not just from your manager, but also from the results that you're actually doing, the physical, concrete, tangible results from other human beings. Like it doesn't get any more real than that. There's no fluff, no BS. You help them with their job, you help them hire, and they're just super grateful and want to work with you for the rest of their career, right? And so I think to get a job, it's great initially to look at what the company does, what your salary is, but at the end of the day, I think one of the reasons why a lot of people move around for different jobs is they're also looking for that X factor. Like, is it fulfilling, right? Is the company doing good? Is the product doing good? But aside from that, is the job fulfilling? Aside from money, aside from, having great culture and manager and all these surface level things, like, do I feel good deep down inside doing it? And whether you're in recruiting for 1 year, whether you're recruiting for 10 years or 20 years, it's extremely fulfilling. Just even placing one person will just make your year. Seriously. I think that's one of the variables that's very overlooked, but it's still one of the most underestimated variables. I think if you're able to find a job that offers that, significantly increase your chance of having a much longer career or just stronger staying power because of the nature of like how much impact and how fulfilling it could be. I guess the next reason why I think people should look into recruiting is that it could just be very flexible. So I think when you're working for yourself, either you run an agency, you aspire to have one, you have a team, you're a solo recruiter, it's extremely flexible. You can really have that classic Instagram digital nomad life. And I did that by choice for the first 3 to 4 years, where I would travel around the world and all I would need is literally my phone, laptop, Wi-Fi, a quiet environment, and I'm good. I can make placements, I can bring in clients, I can bring in candidates wherever I am. And to me, I think that's the coolest thing ever. You do not have to rush to get an office. You do not have to pay for outlandish expenses to kind of stress you out day in and month out. You don't need it. You don't even need a co-working space, right? I work comfortably at home. I had a couple co-working spaces throughout the years, but there's nothing beats the convenience of being able to literally work from home if you want to. If I go to a cafe or co-working space because I want to, I can. Or if I travel, I can literally just, build an office anywhere I go, portable kind of nomadic office, and still do work. And so in addition to that, like, you can also go as hard or as slow as you want, right? I think recruiting can be done part-time. And if you're doing full-time, you can choose on your hours. You only want to do 40 hours a week. You want to do part-time hours. You want to work more, right? It's one of those careers where input equals output. And the more that you are able to show up and be consistent and really drive that input, your output and your results, your income, all of that can increase significantly as well. It's very highly correlated with each other. And so again, if you're in one of those jobs, you're like, I don't feel fulfilled, or like, I don't really see like any results of what I'm doing, or it's just like, little crumbs here and there. It doesn't really impact the business or doesn't really impact my team. In recruiting, completely the opposite, right? Like, the placement fees are significant. Doing one placement can feel so impactful. It can be extremely fulfilling. And to be able to do that and not have to be chained to your home office, geographic location, or country, and you can do it anywhere you want, I think is one of the best reasons why I chose to be a recruiter. And if you haven't seen that video, take a look at a previous video. But before I started, I actually thought about, should I go into real estate, be a real estate agent or be a recruiter? And one of the biggest reasons why I ended up choosing recruiting was I didn't have to go into office. I didn't have to have a car at that time if I didn't need it. And I didn't have to be constrained or confined by, a set schedule or things like that. And so again, 10 years now down the line, I love the flexibility aspect of it, if that's what you're looking for. Last but not least, it would be silly to skip the compensation, the income potential of recruiting. Again, talking about the external third-party side, it literally is sky's limit. If you work hard, you can make significant amounts. If you work even harder, you can make ridiculous, amounts. If you're looking to kind of make just a solid part-time income, you can do that too. Really, it's sky's limit in terms of your effort, in terms of your consistency and mastery of the fundamentals and tools. And so if you want a good, part-time job or gig or hustle, doing a handful of placements per year, that's so significant. Again, it only takes a handful of placements to reach a significant full-time placement. If you want more than that, 6 figures, multiple 6 figures or above, you can do that as well. It becomes mastery of the foundations, the skills, and then knowing exactly how to outsource and leveraging technology and AI and all of these things to help scale your business moving forward. So again, it's one of those businesses where it's completely flexible. It's up to you. I think a lot of people, when they go into business, they have this rose-colored vision that they want to have a business of 10, 20, 30 people. You could do that, but you don't need to. You can have a good team of 1 or 2 and still be extremely profitable with very high margins with a fantastic quality of life. There's nothing wrong with that. I think if you're profitable, you're profitable. You have a good quality of life, you have a good quality of life. Check your egos at the door. If you're happy, you're happy. That's literally all that matters. And so whatever your income target is, you can do that here. I know people who make 4 figures, 5 figures a month part-time. I know people who make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, 7 figures plus yearly. Like, it's just crazy, right? And that's, I think, one of the exciting aspects of recruiting. It's literally a white canvas. It can be whatever you want, whatever your goal is, whatever your income goal is, whatever your aspirations are with team or your lifestyle. Recruiting offers all of that. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It would honestly mean a lot. Hope you learned a thing or two. And if not, hope I made you smile. If not, I appreciate your time either way and looking forward to seeing you on the next one.